What's up, Sparkman family? It's your boy Sparkman. Today we're talking about the newest structure deck coming out called the Fire King structure deck. It's going to be at your OTS stores December 6th, but everywhere December 8th. Also, MSRP price is $11.99, but I always recommend if it's a competitive and good structure deck coming out, buy a display. Just to get a better price on it, and you get more structure decks in it. You can keep some seals, you can open some of them. It's good for you. Now, the past couple structure decks that Konami has brought out has been pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie about that. I think the support that's been in it, the reprint cards that's been in it, staple cards that have been in it, amazing job. So I gotta give credit where credit's due. Konami has been bringing out some crummy products in terms of the tin, the sets that have been coming out this year. It hasn't been that great, right? In terms of the market, in terms of what it is as well, it hasn't been the greatest. It hasn't, and that's just my personal opinion. But what I can say is that these structure decks, they've been pretty good. They've been pretty damn good. The past year and a half or 2 years or so, I've been a fan of all the structure decks that have been coming out. When you give budget players an option to actually build a competitive deck for like $30 or so, that's amazing. This is the type of stuff that players look for, that they can actually go out to their locals and put together the structure deck, buy 3 of and put together. Now again, it's their own spin on it, but it's competitive and it can do the job, and you can go out there and maybe win at your locals. And we've seen structure decks that have won in the past, like the Trap Tricks one. Again, you have your own spin on it, but for the most part using most of the cards in those structure deck. So I'm really impressed, like I said, what Konami's been doing. Now the Fire King High Avatar Grunix is the main type of component in the structure deck, but it is the archetype, the Fire King archetype, right? So it's really nice to see that this old archetype is getting support, and amazing support as well. Now, is this structure deck going to be as good as the past structure decks like the Trap Tricks? Yeah, I actually think it will. I think it'll actually be better than the Trap Tricks one, in my opinion. Some of the cards I'm seeing in here, the support cards are pretty nasty. I'm actually pretty impressed with the support cards that Konami brought out in this structure deck, at least. I mean, goddamn. I'm almost speechless to say some of the cards that's in here. And some of the reprinted staples in here is pretty damn good. You got Drone Lockbird. I mean, come on now, that's a S+ tier staple right now. Infinite Impermanence. We talked about it in a previous Market Watch videos a few videos ago, and we said that if Impermanence, even at a super rare that was in a previous structure deck, is holding at a price point around $7. So even that it was easily accessible, it's still holding a high price point. And I will say this: if it's a staple card, if it's a card that is going to be used in many different decks, it'll always see a nice pretty penny attached onto it. So the fact that we have Droll and Infinite Impermanence in this structure deck, it's a given that it's a must pick up structure deck. Now we also have other cards in here like Dark Hole, which again, Dark Hole is getting support very soon, which is funny to say Dark Hole as a card is getting support, but it is. So if you're missing a Dark Hole, you got Dark Hole here. You also have Chain Destruction, Torrential Tribute, Trade-In, Fire Formation Tenki, some really good staple cards in here. So I do appreciate Konami reprinting some of these cards, and they're no cards to sleep on. They're pretty good. So we're also going to look at some of the new support cards in this one, the main support cards that are really pumping up this deck to make it really good, and that being this amazing Firewing Beast level 1 monster called True Fire King Phoenix Legendary Fire King Phoenix. Whatever that name is, sure. But it's a 500 attack, 200 defense monster, and you can only use the first, second, third effect of this card name each once per turn. Now, we're going to take a look at each effect of this card, but let me just say, right off the bat, you're going to be like, goddamn. So, let's look at the first effect. If your monster whose original attribute is fire is destroyed by battle or card effect, you could special summon this card from your hand. Now, this works really well because a lot of the cards in here tend to destroy each other kind of in a way, and then go off and use effects, and then you could pop off with the deck and have fun with it, and so on and so forth. Now the second effect is, if this card is normal special summon, which again you're probably going to be able to special summon pretty easily, you could add one Fire King spell track card from your deck to your hand. So getting a support card, Fire King support card from your deck to your hand is going to be nice. A little add-on as well with this card, always amazing. And then the third effect, which is a recyclable effect, which is absolutely nuts. During this next standby phase, after this card was destroyed and sent to the graveyard, add it from your graveyard to your hand. Listen, everybody, that's a great effect. And they're all great effects. So this is an amazing new support card, and I'm so glad that these structure decks are getting support cards like this one right here, because it's definitely needed, and you know, it would make a deck viable, stuff like this. So good job Konami making something like this. And again, I'm pretty impressed with these structure decks, and that's just one of the new support cards. Now we're taking a look at this last card here, but there are other monster cards, other spell cards in the structure deck that got new cards in it, and they're all amazing as well. So definitely go take a look as well. We're not gonna go over all the cards, but this is one of the other major cards that got or new cards that are in this one, and it's so good. It's just so good. Now it's 2+ level 8 monsters. If this card is XC summon, you can destroy all other monsters on the field. Oh my god. You can detach one material from this card, then target one spell and track card on the field. And if you do, this card gains 500 attack. So you can destroy all monsters on the field. It's a way to get rid of a spell and track card on the field. And it's also gaining 500 attack. And keep in mind, it's a $3,000 attack monster. And it's going to be 3,500 by the time it's done if you destroy a spell track card on the field. And if this card is destroyed while it has materials, you can special summon Fire King monsters from your graveyard up to the number of materials this card had. So, I mean, damn, that's really amazing. I'm not gonna lie to everybody. I'm really impressed with the structure deck. I highly recommend you definitely going out and getting this one. It's gonna be competitive for your budget players, 100%. This is worth your money. For competitive players, 100% worth your money. And I think it's going to be good seal value. I think it's going to be great to open again, like I said. And you can't go wrong. You really can't go wrong with the structure deck. I'm a fan. Konami has done a great job. You know, usually I'm nitpicking at stuff. There's nothing really to nitpick at. I think it's going to be great. I really do. So Konami's been getting it right with these structure decks. You know, like I said before, you know, products in the past have not been so good this year. But these structure decks are hitting different, and they're doing their job. They're doing amazing, and we're gonna see a bunch of players putting their own spin on it to make this structure deck very viable, competitive. You're gonna see tops at your locals with this structure deck, and I can't wait to see it. And when I do see it, I can't wait to see their deck profiles and see what type of cards you're adding in here to make it amazing. And I'm definitely picking this one up. I'm definitely gonna play with it. I'm definitely gonna go in my locals and try to win as well. It's going to be great. I can't wait for the structure deck coming out December 6th at your OTS stores and December 8th everywhere. Definitely worth your time, worth your money. And again, from your truly Sparkman, we'll catch you in the next one. Please subscribe and comment, and peace out, YouTube.
I give my all. Hey, just to save you, I give all.